What's the meaning of this? Throw that infernal contraption in the landfill and ride my bus.
Aye, it's a fine day for a man in his tractor. Hello, Bart.
Hello and welcome back to the Simpsons Road Rage. As you just saw, we unlocked the nuclear power plant, and that's where we're driving right now with Willie. Willie's tractor is a lot like Barney's truck in that it shoves everything out of the way, but it also controls a lot less predictably. Willie's tractor is ideal for this location though because the map is very crowded and all the locations you drive to are very close together. Man, that bus just had it in for me. This level consists of 3 areas, only one of which is actually the power plant, and most of that is the power plant's parking lot.
Where to, you pile of puke?
At the power plant, I saw a flower, and it yelled at me.
I think it's possible to just stay inside the power plant the whole time, if you bother to pick up passengers in just the right way. But, you know, we've already established a couple times now that it's very easy to break the game in that fashion. The other 2 areas in this level are the shopping mall and, well, I'm not sure what the other area is, but all 3 of them are separated into their own islands, so to speak. There's walls all around the power plant parking lot that cut it off from the other locations unless you go through the right area, and that's where most of the challenge comes from, getting from one area to the other very quickly. Like right now we need to go to the Leftorium, which is in the shopping mall. And you have to go through this very specific pathway to get to the shopping mall, which can cut down your time quite a bit if you can't find it. Fortunately, it's fairly easy to find it since the hand points straight at it. You may have noticed back when we were actually in the power plant that it was something of a miniature maze, where all the destinations were very, very close together, but there were a lot of obstacles in between them.
I need to get to the community center right away.
That's what the third place is, the community center. You have to go across the nuclear power plant to get to the community center. And as I said, there's a giant wall around the power plant, so you do need to find the way through. And this time the arrow isn't as much direct help. You have to find the exit on your own this time around. Thankfully it's not that difficult. I like this level a lot more than the dam because although there are only so many ways you can tackle it, just like the dam, there's still more variety in the concept of the level design alone.
Willie, I'll ignore your delinquency from work in exchange for a ride to the power plant, please. Those turbines are like poetry in motion.
With the locations also close together, it is fairly easy to get a good score here, assuming you memorized where everything is, which that isn't too difficult either. Maybe the most difficult part is memorizing all the different locations that are actually in the power plant. Like, I forgot where the cutoff valve was for a second. That being said, even if this level is good to grind for money if you plan to do it legitimately, it does get very, very boring on repeats because the actual level itself is so tiny. So very, very tiny. So while the design isn't bad, there are only 6 levels in the whole game, and you're going to be spending at least 10 hours if you want to get the ending. So a level like this, which is good but repetitious, quickly becomes good but kill me. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I've been doing this so long. It's definitely better than the dam level in that respect, though. I would recommend this one over the dam level for grinding, because that one's just one really, really long loop.
Bart! Climb on board my tractor.
Oh, Willie, where would the truant youth of America be without Scotsmen like you?
I mean, I consider myself fairly immune to repetition and tedium, because I've played a lot of tedious games on purpose just to see what was in them. Like this one. But nothing can prepare you for the 10-hour grind that this game presents. I suppose I haven't talked about shortcuts too much for this level, and that's because there aren't really any very notable ones.
Take me to the fuel rod storage for a legal and environmentally friendly experiment. I hope.
In most of the other levels, the destinations are relatively far apart, so shortcuts are helpful. And this one, the destinations are so close together that there's really no need for them. The next level is my favorite one in regards to shortcuts, though, so I do have that to look forward to talking about. I really want to get one destination for this level that we haven't seen yet before I get a game over, because it's fairly interesting. Oh, here it is.
Climb aboard.
Groundskeeper Willie, thanks for bailing me out. To the power plant runoff stream, please. I need to collect a 3-eyed fish for my science class.
So this isn't exactly a shortcut, but it's the only destination that doesn't fit neatly into one of the 3 areas. And to get where you need to go next, you have to drive up this wall. Which I think that's kind of interesting that this little offside area exists. Even if you can clearly see that most of the trees are 2D from here. But yeah, I think we've just about seen everything here at this point, which is all well and good since I'm out of time.
Video game ever.
I did not cry when I hung my father for stealing a pig, but I'll cry now.
You'll rue the day you cross C. Montgomery Burns.
The time for action is now.
For some reason, Lisa's voice in particular really likes to break the game audio. So this is the hardest mission in the game. There aren't that many wood piles, but this level is kind of complex to navigate, and there are two separate pathways you can take. We took the less traveled one because Mr. Burns is on the other one. This does mean that we have to drive backwards to get some of the wood piles, like right here. But as long as we get back on the main path quickly, we'll be fine. I do recommend taking the path I went, because dealing with Mr. Burns is way more difficult. The idea behind this mission is that Lisa is really mad at loggers for cutting down trees, and I mean, running over the wood pile seems like a very short-term solution, but whatever.
Thank goodness for seatbelts. This is somewhat ironic when you really think about it. Let that be a lesson to you all. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to the multiplayer. There's Reverend Lovejoy in his book-burning mobile, and there's Chief Wiggum in his police cruiser. Now, of note, not really important, but of note, Wiggum constantly makes references to his siren not working, when in fact it does, and that's the horn button. Now back to the actual gameplay. Reverend Lovejoy's car is a bit of a halfway point between Marge's van and Willie's tractor. Wiggum's car, on the other hand, is relatively fast, but it's also very, very weak. It gets bounced around a lot harder than almost any other car besides Grandpa's. But that's about it for this time, and I guess this was a relatively short one, which is depressing because it took over 20 hours to record this damn game. See you next time!